What if, after you die, your heart is put on a scale and your entire future depends on its weight? Not your money, not your power, just your heart. In ancient Egypt, this wasn't a story, it was a warning.
The god who could disappear. Every morning the sun rises. Simple, right? Not for the ancient Egyptians. They believed the sun was a god, Ra, and every day he was in danger. Each night, Ra didn't just set. He entered a dark, terrifying underworld where something waited for him. If he lost that battle, the sun would never rise again. So every sunrise, to them, meant the world had survived another night.
The most important test of your life. Now imagine this. You've died, but instead of peace, you wake up in a silent, unknown place. Waiting for you is a god, Anubis. He doesn't speak, he doesn't judge, he just leads you to a scale. On one side, your heart. On the other, a feather. And this is where everything is decided. Watching from the shadows is Osiris, the ruler of the dead. If your heart is light, you live forever. But if it's heavy, something else is waiting, and it does not forgive.
This is why Egyptians feared one thing more than death: being forgotten. Because in their world, death only worked if your body survived. So they did something extraordinary. They stopped decay. They removed organs, wrapped bodies carefully, protected every detail. Not out of tradition, but survival. Because if your body disappeared, your soul had nowhere to return. The book meant only for the dead. Now here's where it gets even stranger. The dead were not sent alone. They were given a guide, a map through the unknown. The Book of the Dead. But this wasn't a normal book. It contained spells, passwords, warnings, instructions for traps you couldn't see, creatures you couldn't fight, and tests you could easily fail. Without it, even the strongest soul could be lost forever.
The man who was more than human. But there was one person who didn't fear this journey the same way: the Pharaoh. Because he wasn't just a king, he was believed to be a god living among humans, chosen to keep balance in the world. If he failed, chaos would rise, the gods would turn away, and everything could fall apart. So when a pharaoh died, it wasn't just a funeral, it was a transformation. To the ancient Egyptians, life was just the beginning. Every choice, every action was preparing you for what came next. A test you could not escape, a journey you could not avoid, and a judgment you could not lie your way out of. So the question is, if your heart was placed on that scale today, would it be light enough?